The underwater dimension isn't presented as a separate phenomenon but as another environment where these objects operate with apparent ease, transitioning between air, water, and space. When discussing the classified underwater footage, Elizondo provides specific technical details that allow for analysis. He cites specific speeds, 450-550 knots, describes the absence of cavitation effects, and notes the recording circumstances. These specific details allow for technical evaluation rather than vague claims that can't be assessed. His military background gives him the technical vocabulary to describe these encounters with precision. Elizondo's credibility also derives from his restraint. He doesn't claim to know the origin of these craft, whether extraterrestrial or otherwise. Instead, he focuses on the observable capabilities that defy conventional explanation. This approach of sticking to verifiable characteristics rather than jumping to conclusions about origins reflects his intelligence background, where evidence evaluation takes precedence over speculation. His insider knowledge offers a rare glimpse into what the government knows but won't officially acknowledge about these phenomena. The compartmentalized nature of these programs means that even many high-ranking officials lack access to this information. Elizondo's position within ATIP placed him at a unique intersection where technical data, military encounters, and intelligence assessments converge. Beyond the general claims about underwater craft, Elizondo has revealed specific incidents that provide concrete examples of these anomalous capabilities. These cases demonstrate not just theoretical possibilities but actual recorded encounters between military assets and these unexplained objects. One such incident stands out for its detailed documentation and the multiple witnesses and sensors involved. The Puerto Rico incident. The most thoroughly documented case in Elizondo's portfolio comes from a 2013 incident off the coast of Puerto Rico, where a routine U.S. Customs and Border Patrol exercise captured extraordinary footage of an unidentified object. This case provides concrete evidence of the transmedium capabilities that make these phenomena so challenging to explain. The encounter began during standard Border Patrol operations near Aguadilla, Puerto Rico. Agents were conducting aerial surveillance using sophisticated infrared camera systems mounted on patrol aircraft. These thermal imaging systems are designed to detect heat signatures from potential smuggling vessels or unauthorized border crossings, providing high-resolution footage even in low-light conditions. During this operation, the surveillance systems detected something unusual. The sophisticated infrared cameras picked up an anomalous object in the vicinity of the exercise area. Initially, the operators followed standard protocol, attempting to identify what they were seeing. The object appeared to have entered a weapons training area, raising immediate security concerns. However, according to Elizondo's account, this was no ordinary aircraft or marine vessel. The tracking data revealed something of extraordinary size, an object potentially hundreds of feet in diameter. This immediately raised red flags among the technical operators monitoring the systems. The dimensions didn't match any known conventional aircraft or watercraft operating in the area. The Border Patrol personnel quickly ruled out conventional explanations based on several factors. First, the sheer size exceeded typical aircraft designs. Second, no conventional vehicle would deliberately position itself in an active training area due to the extreme danger this would pose. Third, and perhaps most importantly, the object's subsequent behavior eliminated any conventional explanation. What happened next transformed this from an unusual detection to an extraordinary encounter. The tracking system showed the object moving in ways that defied conventional aerodynamics and hydrodynamics. Rather than maintaining a predictable course or responding to potential detection in ways that would make sense for either aircraft or watercraft, the object exhibited behavior that seemed to ignore physical limitations. The truly anomalous aspect of the encounter came when tracking systems captured the object's movement from air to water and back again. According to the sensor data, these transitions occurred without any of the expected physical effects that should accompany such movements. When conventional aircraft or vessels move from air to water or vice versa, they must contend with the dramatic difference in density between the two mediums. This transition creates substantial resistance, requiring significant changes in propulsion and control systems. Yet the tracking data from the Puerto Rico incident showed something entirely different. The object moved between air and water without any apparent deceleration. It maintained its velocity and trajectory as if the difference between water and air presented no obstacle whatsoever. This seamless transition between mediums defies our understanding of physics and aerodynamics. To appreciate the impossibility of this movement, consider what happens when conventional objects try to cross this boundary. When an aircraft or missile enters water from air, it experiences dramatic deceleration due to the increased density of water. The sudden resistance often requires specialized designs just to maintain structural integrity during the transition. Similarly, when an object moves from water to air, the sudden decrease in resistance creates different challenges for control and stability. The object in the Puerto Rico incident displayed none of these expected effects. It didn't slow down when entering a denser medium or speed up when entering a less dense one. It didn't create the splash or disturbance that should accompany any large object breaking the water's surface. Instead, it moved between environments as if they presented uniform resistance, or perhaps as if it used a technology that rendered these natural forces irrelevant. What makes this case particularly valuable is the quality of the data collected. Because this occurred during an active border patrol exercise, sophisticated infrared tracking systems were monitoring the area. These weren't civilian cameras or isolated radar systems, but military-grade sensor arrays designed to track objects with precision. The quality of this footage helps eliminate the possibility of equipment malfunction or data anomalies. The technical term for what was observed is transmedium travel, the ability to move between different environmental mediums without the limitations that typically affect conventional vehicles. This capability represents a significant technological advantage that no publicly known human technology possesses. Our most advanced aircraft cannot operate underwater, and our submarines cannot fly. Even specialized vehicles designed to briefly operate in both environments do so with severe limitations and require substantial modifications to transition between mediums. The implications of this capability are profound from both scientific and security perspectives. Scientifically, it suggests propulsion and materials technologies that overcome fundamental physical constraints we consider immutable. From a security standpoint, vehicles that can operate with equal capability in air, water, and potentially space would render traditional domain-based defense systems potentially obsolete. Elizondo